This is Bad Vibrations, written by Glenn Eric, narrated by Mark Williams. Want to go with me to the museum tomorrow? Stretched out on the sofa, Arlo Priestley glanced up, shaken from his reverie. He peered over the flimsy back cushion and blinked at his wife. What? Joanna hovered over a white compact four-burner electric range almost as old as herself. When advertising the apartment, the landlord had claimed its oven large enough to cook a Thanksgiving turkey. And it was, if that turkey was the size of a grapefruit. His wife had learned that truth the hard way. Their first Thanksgiving in the apartment, she brought home a big fat bird for their holiday feast, only to be forced to cleave it in two and tediously bake each half separately. As time went on, Arlo learned that the landlord had a penchant for such hyperbole, like the time he said the plumber would be up to fix the overflowing toilet bowl before he, Arlo, could even hang up the telephone. 3 miserable days later, an overweight, under-enthusiastic plumber showed up at their door, took a rheumy-eyed glance at the problem, told them to go buy yourselves a goddamn plunger, hiked up his sagging jeans, and left, without so much as having lifted the toilet seat. Arlo sniffed the air experimentally, a mixture of a little bit of this and a whole lot of that, punctuated with lumps of pale chicken and sliced green beans sizzled in a cast-iron skillet. The overpowering aroma of lemon and garlic engulfed the room, and not in a good way. At least it would keep the vampires at bay. New York has a lot of vampires, and ghouls, plenty of ghouls. You only had to cruise the sidewalks after midnight to realize that. Steam wreaked havoc on his wife's makeup, making her look part raccoon. Not that he'd say that to her face. Besides, it was the end of the day, so what did it matter? Joanna spit out the strand of hair that jumped into her mouth, looking for some place to hide. I said, do you want to go with me to the museum tomorrow? Feet planted in what the landlord optimistically called the kitchen meant she also stood smack in the front entry. Always a problem if somebody, usually him, walked in unannounced while she was in the middle of cooking. The apartment was that small, even by New York City standards. Okay. Okay, you'll go? No. Okay, I understand what you're asking. He clutched the back of the sofa to keep himself from sinking.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?